I was talking about my father, Nicholas Winton, and the work he did in 1939 to bring endangered Czechoslovak children out of Czechoslovakia to Britain, and to look at how it related to today and today's refugee crisis.
Today I was talking about Ubuntu, which is a concept rooted from African traditions, really about building a harmonious society.
I was talking about the history of the Batia company and the importance of the story in the history of the Czech Republic and the inspiration that it can give for the next 100 years.
My topic for Meltingpot was the art of experience, and it was essentially speaking about my career and my art practice in art and marketing.
We just talked about music and sign language and how they blend, and how to promote access and take away barriers for the deaf and hard of hearing persons to get access to music events.
I was here with my husband, Brendan Kiley, speaking with our Czech editor from Argo, Peter Onefer, about being American writers in the world today.
I already talked about the quantum doctor and quantum creativity.
I was talking about a new world emerging. We are living, I believe, in an amazing time, an amazing transition time. And I developed special tools, a new framework, very simple and at the same time powered by the science of chaos, because I believe our world is becoming more and more uncertain because it has become chaotic.
I think connecting Music Festival and Discussion Forum is essential to really capitalizing on the essence of creativity and human relations and sharing ideas.
Music, of course, opens people's mind. Music is very attractive, very creative, but at the same time, one should not ignore the intellectual aspects of ourselves, and indeed, I found it extremely gratifying that people have been attending my very intellect-based, scientific, although there is spirituality and consciousness in it too, but basically they are conceptual thoughts that I share with people. And there was a substantial audience in every one of them, so it works.
I love it because it gives you opportunities to actually see music or actually go to those events, but then you can also learn about the world and more culture, not just through music, but also through lectures and meeting incredible people.
International discussions and literary discussions and music is absolutely fabulous. As a writer, I always like to be engaged with people who are working in other areas, and I think it's really necessary for all of the art that people produce. So to be doing so in the same space is really unique and incredibly inspiring.
You can come for a few days, enjoy music, also enjoy intellectual stimulation and creative discussion, so I think it's really cool.
Most people love music, but people also have other interests. So I think the idea that you can satisfy both those areas in one place is a good idea. I mean, I don't know if it suits everybody, but it would suit me to come to a place like this where I can listen to interesting people talking about things, and then I can listen to some great music at the same time. So it's not all serious. There's some hopping about and dancing and listening to music as well. So I think it's a good idea to mix them, quite honestly.
I think we are living in a time of and not a time of or like before. And I think before we were using either our right brain, like we call it today, or our left brain. And by mixing music, I would say art in general, and by mixing talks about interesting subjects, we are actually mixing our two brains. We are using our two brains, which I think is an absolute necessity in this changing world.
am in love with this venue. It is the coolest venue I've ever been to. I'm just enamored. I just want to live here. I want to make a little house underneath the little factory. It's incredible. It's so cool. It's so cool. I love it.
You know, it's a bit unexpected, like having all these old industrial structures around, and they have not been torn down by new structures and shiny structures, but these are old structures and grubby structures. To see that made the subject of museums, and then around it there are new structures as well, and musical stages and modern instruments. It's fascinating.
I really love this mix between the old and the new, and again we are living in a world of and. So I love the idea of keeping the tradition, what was the past for our parents, for our grandparents, and twisting it, changing it to a more futuristic venue and event.